Time out a second. Time out. I'm saying this is one of the things that. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. now, what I'm saying is, that was what I know Reggie pretty well. It was a frustrating diatribe he just said just now. Because you know why it's frustrating? Because maybe not all women do, but maybe 99.9% of women, to me, don't understand what the fuck context means.
Because you attract
analogy. You got upset with the analogy of the dog whisperer to explain a woman.
No,
you were upset.
Don't accuse me of being upset.
Just because you're going
but I
like
was going
this.
along with the analogy.
Okay.
When I wanted to
I even went along with your context.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't go along with the text.
You didn't.
The first thing you said was, "Oh, so now we're dogs." That's what you said.
I didn't say that. I was going along with the analogy.
All right. Well, then if you're above this, if you're saying you're above this, isn't that not what she said? She said
yes. Initially,
oh,
when
so
she
now
heard
we're
the
dogs.
dog.
Exactly. So that was her.
Hold on. One at a time, Reggie.
I don't like it, but I'm not angry.
Yeah, let's stay within the context. So
what you're saying,
you're saying that, okay, men need to train women and work with their quote unquote instincts and innate types of emotions.
Yes.
But basically what you're saying is that you're dealing, I guess from your sample and your field research, you're dealing with women that don't have a brain.
No, we're dealing, they all do.
You really shouldn't say that about other women.
Those kind of women, because he's got to be in control, guys.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't say that about other women.
The guy should be.
Well, I shouldn't say that about other women.
You shouldn't say that about
other women. So let me ask you a question.
I mean, if it's 99.9, I mean, if women fall into that category and they agree, then that's their, they buy into that particular.
Do you have a man?
No.
Why?
Why? Well, I would say I don't have a man. Well, see, I have
You get yourself together. We're going on a break. You think about that. Hey, Danny, we're going to take a quick break, man. You ready for a break? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get to your calls. This is just insanity right now. We're going to get to your calls, man, when we get back, man. I got to go to bed.
Patrice O'Neal on the Black Phillip Show. 866-WOW-1-WOW.
You can call. I'll listen to you talk about nothing.
That's 866-WOW-1-WOW.
It's Annie up time, bitch. I'm a pimp! Oh, man. Lord have mercy. We are in a quandary in this motherfucker. It's hot outside. I came inside to get air conditioning to cool down. And we have the Black Charlie's Angels in this motherfucker. Flipping around, burning niggas with crosses, making their little snide remarks, and then doing what women do. Oh, you sleep with a lot of women? Okay, the herpes. Excuse me? Oh, I was trying to be funny, knowing goddamn fucking well you wasn't. It was a snide, nasty. First of all, I know funny. Herpes is never funny. You know, when you're trying to be funny, nobody says herpes. But off air, we was still talking because these women, one is sicker than the other. I don't want to announce who has the worst illness.
He's saying that I'm the sickest.
Carlotta.
And that I don't want to be cured.
Carlotta's shit is going. Boop, boop.
It's like herpes.
Incurable. She is ready to go. That's how sick she is. But I can cure Carlotta. Now,
but she said something that, if you don't mind, I want to ask her about that because I thought it was really fascinating. We were talking earlier, and she said that a lot of women have body issues, that they have self-esteem issues, and being a model, though, a lot of women look up to you for that. Now, I love models. Let me preface it by saying that I think it's great, and I love beauty. I'm a big fan of beauty.
I don't think Wait a minute. Let me disagree with this model thing. Black women do not look up to the model standard of physicality. Black women's physicality, because black men love big, juicy women. Like, white boys like these motherfuckers shaped like boys. You understand what I'm saying? That's a white guy thing. Black dudes do not trip out over no motherfucking model. So black women ain't running around with that as the image. Trust me. This is a white girl and a Chinese girl thing. Black women, because they know how motherfuckers are. Like, God damn. No one goes, God damn. Look at that back. Oh,
look at
look at this flat ass bitch. I like that.
Look at the vertebrae in her
Give
back.
me these
You can tell
bones.
by the amount of ethnic women in the street with wearing skin-tight clothes. But there's still a lot of white women who look up to that. They don't go by color.
Well,
They're looking by the body.
By the
image.
body
Right.
type.
So how does that make you feel when you're putting that out there?
This is actually what was said. My friend over here said that
Reggie.
a lot of women aren't comfortable in their own skin, and Jeffrey said, yeah, and I said, yeah, that's true. And I think that goes across the board for African American women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and Caucasian women.
Thank God that gets me in.
We might.
I just stare at that little thing you're insecure about, and then I just take you out.
We have.
Oh, you are gorgeous. What is that thing sticking out your neck? It's okay. Come on, let's go to eat.
You know what? Man.
I'm just trying to let y'all know how we are.
Well, I just want. Can you ask the question?
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead,
let her
beautiful.
finish. I'm curious to know.
I appreciate how everyone is an individual because all guys aren't like you, Reggie. Some guys are like you.
My name's Patrice, by the way.
Well, Patrice, yeah. He did,
Sorry, right? That's okay.
No,
Sorry.
I knew your name because he actually showed me.
Oh, God, please, just get on with the story. and that's what girls do. Forget it, then. I ain't gonna tell it.
No, I'm not trying to forget it.
I love you with all my heart.
But you're hilarious, and I think a lot of things you said were true. And as far as women not being comfortable with skin, like I said, I think that goes across the board. And I think that whether it be with beauty or whether it be like she has something that guys want more, that's how we rate it. It's all about how many guys pay attention to you.
But here's what you don't get about us.
It's not me. I'm talking about women.
But that's who I'm talking to.
Oh, God.
We know it's not you, the others.
Now you got the cackle.
When a guy is talking to you in the street, here's what fucks women up. You think you have a choice. But normally, like, if you meet a guy and he says, I don't have a girlfriend, he got 10. Because we don't deal.
That's not true.
Wait a minute. We don't deal in quality. We deal in quantity. We have a human resources department. We're not like you. We have to get women. So if you meet me and I say I don't have no woman, you better know I got a bunch of other women that you'll be competing with, and you're always competing with. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm saying what's up to you, I got a girl. So you think the 25 guys that say, yo, damn, you got a nice ass, damn, you beautiful. You think we said that just to you, gorgeous? We said it to everybody.
And I think
I'm
that's
not
why.
delusional. I know that.
So you're the guy who's been saying that shit. I was wondering who was saying that.
Jeffrey.
And that's
You got it
why.
beautiful.
And that's why I think it's ignorant or silly to take an attention that a man gives you or that men give you and use that to judge or to quantify the quality of or who you are as a person. I mean, what attention you give
You
me or
are
don't
way
give me doesn't
too
matter.
complex to be that pretty. You are going through something mentally. You fucking
It's hard.
hate your gorgeousness.
It's hard to be that pretty.
I love you for being this fine, baby. You brighten up this room.
Do you know how
I
many
wish I could
people-
come over there but if I petted your head, you would go, don't you ever put your hands on my head like that.
Do you know how hard it
Easy
is to
Sojourner
be that
Truth, we
attractive?
love you.
Patrice, you know how hard it is to be that attractive for women in
No.
society? Men, a lot of men hate them for it, and a lot of women hate them for it.
Yes, it's
for
a
no
burden.
other reason
I'll
That
protect
is
you.
their
I'll
genetics.
protect you.
They did nothing
I'll
to gain
protect
that,
all
you know?
of you from the horror. I love you for being
I
beautiful.
have this saying that I don't take credit for your
Thanks.
genetics. Nobody had anything to do with
Right,
their
it ain't
genetics.
your fault, and you shouldn't be praised
Exactly.
for it or faulted
Or
for it.
faulted for it.
Can
It's
I
your
say this
genetics.
one thing,
bro.
and
and people
then-
have to live with their genetics, though, and it's not always easy.
True.
Beautiful women can have a really hard time in
It's
life.
very true. Women and men. And then can I say this, guys, on the radio? Patrice is actually a really, cordial person. I know he puts on this image like he's a pimp and he's actually, when we went on break, he was so cordial and so polite.
Because I'm not evil. I just
No, I'd say you really were. And I
the
thought,
dog whisperer don't kick the dogs during the commercial.
you know what? This is a front, guys. This is fun. And you also said something on break that I thought was actually true. You said women want to be loved, but they don't know how to be liked. And I think friendship is the basis of any relationship between any people and women. And my parents.
Now, how can you be my friend as a woman when women don't know how to be each other's friend? Women hate each other.
I like women, but they act crazy sometimes.
Well, my sister's my best friend.
We didn't say blood, baby. Y'all grew up together. You grew up with your mama saying y'all two, you love each other. You grew up with something that made you love each other as sisters. But I'm talking about other women. Women hate other women. And the thing is, okay, my man, I know how fucked up he is. I know how fucked up Reggie is in terms of, fucking a girl. I know how he is, what he is. I seen him kick it to girls that might have had a,
some women are.
Girl, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I accept him for what he is. See, that's what I'm saying. Women have no idea. See, you develop who you are, and you never develop what you are. What you are is something from the year one, or wherever you believe in terms of God, where the planet started, Adam and Eve and all that. You are something. But a lot of times women forget that by trying to uplift themselves in society. But men accept what we are. That's why we win this game.
I don't think you all do, actually.
Oh, we win.
I think that's why there's so many insecure men, and I think that they have to
We're insecure because we want you.
No, but I think they have to overcome.
And we don't know how to get you.
Right, exactly.
I think they have, I mean, that's a very nice thing to say, but I think a lot of times, and I think it's true, but I think they overcompensate. There's so many angry men.
Because
you own
because they can't get you. That's
why you own what we want. And a horrible creature is in charge of what we want.
Well, maybe if you stop being
that way. Hold on. Let me go to T. Oh, T hung up. That my bad. God damn. All right, what am I go to? Who the fuck am I go to? I'm gonna go to Manny in Miami, man. Damn, that T thing. I'm sorry, T, whoever the fuck you are, man.
Come back.
Go ahead. Manny?
Yo, Patrice, what's up, man?
How are you, man?
I understand what you're saying about women, and, I've been an asshole. Well, I kind of still am. And whenever I do meet a woman, and we have, a good relationship, even though it's short term, it comes to a point where she realizes I'm an asshole, and then her friends realize I'm an asshole, and then it just goes all around, and it kind of gives you a bad rep. You know what I'm saying?
No. What do you mean, asshole? What do you do as asshole, man? See, asshole ain't... Hold on.
You don't show them, you don't put them on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? You don't put them on a pedestal. You don't treat them like the queen or anything. You treat them like one of your friends, but that you're attracted to, and you want to have sex with.
All right, what's one of the principles, Manny? One of the principles of this show, one of the principles, and we're gonna always one of them that's dead. What is steadfast? Steadfast principles is that is your fault, Manny. It's not their fault. It's something you're doing, right? You're not being the right asshole. Because when I say asshole, I mean it in context. I don't mean you hit her. I don't mean you curse her out on a regular basis. I just mean there's a level, because in understanding what they are, they hate being in charge. The queen, that position is second. That's the highest level of position a woman can be in the world, is a queen, but she's second as that, and she loves being that. Women don't want to win, they want a winner. They want to look at their man and go, this motherfucker's the shit. That's what I mean by asshole, that she continues to look at you like, fuck, this motherfucker is the shit. Because their drive is to bring you down so you can go coochie coo, I love you so much, so they can be comfortable with how they feel about you. Because I'm going to tell you what it is. We're lovable, and they don't know how to be lovable, but they want love. So they attack and make a motherfucker love them, and then you really don't love them.
I mean, they're not animals. They're not attacking.
Yeah, you attack. You don't know how to be lovable. We do. That's your fault, is why women's fault is why relationships are fucked up, because men have to give you something that they don't want to give you right away, but we're willing to do it.
Would you call yourself lovable?
Oh, love, and likability,
I said he's
and charm, likability, and love, that's my vagina. And I'm willing to give it freely. I'm a charm hoe. Hey, baby, what do you
You're
mean?
A hoe.
What do you? I am a hoe with my charm. I give you what you want, and then you give me what I want. But what I give you is so much more valuable in the long run. That's why women get fucked up. All right, Manny.
This is why.
By the way, when you asked me about Steadfast, isn't that Oprah's boyfriend?
Stedman. Oh, wait a minute. Let me say this about Stedman. Let me tell you about just what I'm saying about what y'all think makes us attracted to you. If you look at any picture of Stedman and Oprah, now Oprah owns islands.
She owns the
world. She owns helicopters.
Yeah.
She owns influence. Oprah is a beast, and I don't mean that.
right, we get it.
In the literal sense.
Right. She is, but if you look at any picture of Oprah and Stedman, Oprah is always curled up in a ball next to Stedman. She's always in the picture with Stedman. Stedman's never Mr. Oprah. That's what I mean by that arrogance, that thing where she's just like,
manness.
Fucking Stedman, all the dudes that want her, like she be on there like, Jamie Foxx wants to fuck me, you see this, Stedman, like, I don't give a fuck about that, fuck him. Fucking Stedman! She love that motherfucker. Now watch Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt in pictures.
She's a man-eater, dude.
Yeah. He is in the picture with her, pushing African babies around. Got one Chinese baby, he's holding on his shoulder, pushing one, and she's like, hello everybody, I'm Angelina. That relationship stinks.
No, that's a wonderful relationship.
Why? Because
I'm joking.
Because she's the boss.
The show.
Women don't like to be the boss.
That's not necessarily true.
You hate, at least in your manhood.
I think some men are a good job of fooling them.
Have you ever been the boss in your relationship?
Yes, that's why you don't get a man.
In all of them.
That's why you don't have a man.
All of them except for which one? The one you're in now, right? Exactly. See what I'm saying to you? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand that you got to find a guy that you go, this motherfucker?
What about co-partners?
Every woman wants a strong man.
Not good. No, unless you open a business together, money-wise.
Nobody wants. I'm saying, this is all I'm saying. You know what? And this is, some people might think this is shocking, but I actually do think that I do believe like a man takes, let's just say this, I think we have different roles. And I'm not going to get into that whole...
She's going to do it really careful.
What's the role? What's the role? Go ahead, baby. What's the role?
I'm
the man is the man. Say it. That's what you want to say.
Don't confuse her, Dante.
You need me to open that pickle jar, don't you?
No, I think that a lot of with women's empowerment is like, let's be treated equal. But we're not the same being. So why? Yes, I do want you to open a door for me. So I don't want to do that for a man. And I'm not going to do that for a man. So, I mean, like, there are some women who don't want that. And I think when you get into that, like, feminine rights and things like that, women don't discuss that. Like, we do have very different roles. And yes, I do think...
Name a role, baby. Come on now.
And I'm trying to stay away from that.
Name a role. I'm not going to let you just sit here and... right now, you're just...
Okay, I'm trying to be very general. I think we can both...
Spit it out, baby.
Okay.
You ain't going to lose no modeling contract. Spit it out.
I think we can do different... We can both do the same thing. But yes, I do think that it's...
I would say
you want a strong man that you can submit to without him being abusive. That's what you want.
I would like to just say a man has to be a man and feel like a man in a relationship. And when I said yes,
and who do you think should make a man feel like a man? Whose responsibility is that?
That's a woman's responsibility.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's my responsibility to make me feel like me. You understand?
That's right.
But
thank you.
I
don't need you. I don't need you for
men
anything.
Need some validation because, like you said earlier, that men are so insecure in their pursuit of women because we're trying to, of course, attract as many women as possible. So if a woman rejects you, that's why you have the particular mindset and demeanor that you have now. That okay, in my rejection, I found I get further, or more women are attracted and have a tendency to quote unquote stalk within.
All right, ready? Okay, time out. Stop the presses for a second. Let me interject. Let me explain something. Let me boil it down to a real easy way to look at it.
So you do look for our validation. And your egos are so
validation.
Time out.
Patrice, it's more like reaffirmation. Validation to a point is okay, but the happiness, your self-respect has to come from within. It has to come from yourself. If you let another person make you happy, they have the power to take away your happiness too.
And let me explain to you another thing, like in terms of, I think, and I'm serious, dude. Women always get bored with the idea of vagina. You know, they go, oh, do we have to talk about? It's very, very important because you run it. But here's the issue with the vagina.
The other part.
Time out now. Right. If men had something, this is what confuses women and angers them. If men, here's the difference between us and y'all. If men had something on our bodies that we didn't know whether every time a woman talked to us or not, it was genuine. We had to always figure out, what does this girl really want, man? let's say we all had 20 G's in our pocket. I'm just being hypothetical. 20 G's was like, women go, all men got 20 G's, nigga. So they go, and we they go, hello, how are you? Blah, 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 right? Here's what men would do. Men would go, shit, here, take this 20 G's, because I'm better than this. Take your 20, you want it, I want you to stop trying. I want to give you what you want just to see what you really about. So I don't have to think you lying. So what happens is y'all, and this is the thing that kills me about women love fucking. They love coming. It's more important for me to be better in the bed than you, because I don't give a fuck. I'm like, shit, lay there like a zombie. I'm going to explore. I know something good's going to happen. But women, you need us to be good. Women need all type of shit from a man. You need us to be good in bed. You need us to be smart. You need all these things to make you, to energize you and be attracted to us. And what do we get in return? What do we demand from you in return? And you holding on to it, it's important to us, but it ain't special. It's not special. When a guy comes in, he has to establish himself. Let me tell you, man, I've been in this business 16 years. You YouTube me, I've got a bunch of shit. You've been in the business 7 years. You've been a distinguished doctor for 25 years?
Yeah.
That's my establishment. Now, when a woman walks in the door, you're already at my level, depending on how pretty you are.
You got an automatic wild card.
There's some women who are as pretty as 16 years in this comedy business and respected. You walk in the building, just because you're pretty, that brings you up to my level. The anger is, the resentment wheel that men have is that, motherfucker, I've been doing what I do 16 years. She come in this motherfucker with a pretty face and pretty eyes, pretty mouth, and think you me? I'm better than you. A lot of guys need, but I say that. Wait a minute, I say that. I say that so that the woman could be attracted to me. You understand? That's where the anger that men have is because a lot of guys walking in the street that don't have a radio show, that don't have the stage, that haven't explored confidence. They're walking around like, I want to love this woman, but what do I do? Because you are choosing. Just because you got a vagina. Just because you got one.
But you can't be mad and bitter at women because we have vaginas.
Why are you mad and bitter at us? Because we got your vagina, which is love, that we take away from you.
I'm not mad or bitter at you.
Oh, shut up.
But don't you see, Patrice, don't you see how more interesting this show is?
That's just kids. I love her.
If these were three unattractive women, this conversation would not be as interesting.
No.
It's because they are so attractive that the conversation is even more interesting.
And they are lovely, all in their different ways, man. Lovely women, all in their ways, get men talk to you. And that's another thing why, like I said,
women are not totally aware of the power that they are wielding. But they do it innately. It comes innately to them.
That's the point. The point is that you have to explore those behaviors. And you have to explore those and understand those behaviors to get in their head.
But I think your problem is as a person because you have a problem. I think in your personality, it's like extremes with you. It's no gray area. Like either I'm better or I'm worse. You know, you have a vagina or you don't. Like, what about just people?
That
doesn't exist.
Who he is.
I fucked up again. I'm so sorry. Hey, Dustin. I'm sorry about that, dude. Dustin.
It's yo.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, man. You're on the Black Phillip show with Dante and Jeffery and Drew and Danny, Carlotta, and I forget her name.
Catherine and Dawn.
Catherine and Dawn. I've been calling her Condoleezza the whole time. Catherine and Dawn. What's up, man? What's going on, bud?
I just wanted to say that, like, I can see it from both sides. I used to be, like, a real nice guy and all, but, like, it wasn't working out for me, you know, girl. You know.
Why? Now, wait a minute. What made you think it wasn't working out for you? What happened?
My girlfriend was cheating on me. You know what I mean? Like,
because you know why? Like, how hard was you fucking her?
I mean,
well,
you loved her.
Did you fuck her? Did you fuck her like she was she was a girl you didn't give a fuck about?
Nah.
There you go.
Well, now
stop kissing her on the forehead.
This is stupid. I mean, this is almost stupid.
Gotta fuck her like she's a hoe, my man. Don't you ever stop smashing it. Fuck her like you're a caveman killer, but go ahead, man.
But yeah, like after, you know, a couple of girlfriends, I was just like, I'm tired of this shit, fuck that, you know, and just started like, I met this one girl, you know, banged her, and then like just like didn't talk to her for a couple months.
Right.
You're just trying to get with her.
Banged her again. Didn't talk to her for a couple months, started dating her, and now, like, she's pretty much in my pocket now.
Hold on, baby, because they can hear you. Wait a minute. Hold on, shut up, please. Hold on. Finish what you just, say what you just said again, dude.
She's pretty much in my pocket now.
She's in your pocket. Cause you felt like you fucked the shit out of her, and then you just said, nice talking to you.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's your problem, ladies? He's in a happy relationship now because he's running it.
Well, can I say this? I don't think you're ever really happy. I think it's about a balance, and Jeffery can talk, a lot about this. I don't think it's ever about being on one side, being complete jerks, banging women, and then not talking to them the next day.
Wait, let me explain what she did. She did the quote unquote sign and looked in the air. Go ahead, beautiful.
Or
banging women. This is so beneath me.
Or being what you feel, what he's talking about. Some women are like drooling and pining over them. Neither one of them is good because none of it's attractive for anybody when anyone's at two opposite extremes. But having a balance, like knowing who you are and saying, I want you, I don't need you.
Oh my God. Do you understand that is a woman's put. Here's a problem. Thank you, sir, for calling it. Here's the problem with women. When do you suspect? Let's say, when do you suspect? What year did we find out pussy was important? You think? The year one.
For me,
as soon as Jeffrey showed up.
Whenever the beginning of time when somebody found out,
that's why he ate that
you go, holy shit.
That's why prostitution
is the oldest value.
He ate the apple because
Patrice, that's why prostitution is the oldest profession.
It's the oldest profession. Now here's what I think happened. And here's listening to Carlotta, listening to Katherine, and listening to you. Dawn. Dawn's kind of chilling.
Listening to her thinking.
Listen to her thinking.
Right.
What I think is what happened is once men found out, this is how powerful vagina is. I think we found out 20,000 years ago that pussy was important. And women found it out. Like, holy shit. I can get all this niggas rocks or all this whatever was valuable.
I got something valuable here, right? Yeah.
Seashells,
shells, and his rocks.
Whatever was valuable then, and a woman found out, shit, this motherfucker gonna give me all of this for this. You understand? And that was shaving. That bitch's pussy was a mess in the year one. So what happened is women never ever progressed. You've never progressed in your game. So men are still 10,000 years behind, but we are steadily trying to catch up to where vagina is and the importance thing so that we can keep our rocks. That's what we're trying to do. But you're staying exactly the same. You're just going through the same mentality, and men are trying to figure out. We are really trying to conquer the vagina.
To figure out how
it's
to get
very
our rocks
important.
off.
But you marginalize how important it is for us. You really, all the things you say is based on you and how you feel and what it should be for us. But we don't give a fuck, Carlotta. I don't care if you can read. You know why I don't give a fuck if you can read? Because a man, this is why women hate to be number one.
No, some women, men care. There are some men who care about that. If you can't
fuck, Katherine, I don't give a fuck, because I can. I'll teach you. If you can't read, I don't give a fuck. I'll teach you. If you don't know how to read, I'll figure out some shit we can do that you're going to get.
No.
Any of your shortcomings as a woman, based on the fact you got vagina, you'll be alright, because I'm the king and it trickles down. But when a woman, wait a minute now, tell me the truth.
People need
Carlotta,
to let me,
you know what, I'm going to let you, hold on. Let me finish, I'm going to finish the whole thing real quick and then you respond. When a man has shortcomings, when a man is lower level than you would like him to be, if he's under you in terms, you can't deal with that. You can't deal with uplifting a guy. Not that you don't want to, but it's not attractive. It makes you sick to have to raise a man up.
Why does it have to be over or under? Why can't it be like? Can I just ask
you know what?
Why are so many women with losers though?
No,
because
you see that
because it's that low self-esteem thing, and you realize that doesn't last, does it? It always like she comes in, she does a thing, she does this and she does that, but she eventually, a chick. I've been a bum guy in 2 relationships, and I realized like. No matter how lovely they were, oh no, I have it, I got it. I didn't have it when I was young. I didn't have it. They had it, you know. Oh, I got you. Eventually, they will go, why I gotta keep paying for the fucking food? I'll never say that.
It's about a balance. Because it's about a balance. And I understand, I do get what you're saying. Because sometimes, I have been in relationships where I do think that it's nice when guys take care of things. I think that I take care of other things, like in other ways. But I hear what you're saying.
What's the other ways? I'm not going to keep letting you just vaguely say stuff. What's the other ways?
No, listen. And I think it's unhealthy.
I'm curious to hear that too.
Okay,
what's the other ways, Carlotta?
I'm saying, but it's about me even achieving that balance. Like, you shouldn't always have to pay for dinner. Like, sometimes I should. Like, I think it's about,
I don't think you should. I don't think you need to.
Okay, that's your choice, but that's not saying that I'm not offering.
Well, I must
say, you have to be in a position that if my girl pays for my food.
If I don't have it, that's one thing.
If my girl pays for my food, I know that I'm in a position where she can't hold it over me, because naturally she's gonna slowly. Nice watch. Naturally, she's gonna start to go, motherfucker. She knows she paid for. If I go, give me $20, man. I'm gonna say that with that kind of.
Anybody's gonna say that when it's
comfort zone.
I like taking care of women. Don't you like taking care of women?
That's our job. It trickles down from us.
I love that feeling. I like women to feel safe and secure with me. I want them to know that I will take care of them.
But it's about a balance.
I'm not paying somebody's rent.
Let Katherine speak for a second. Katherine, go ahead.
I must say I do agree with you, because it is somewhat off-putting, and it becomes less and less attractive if you are dealing with a man that can't, hold his own weight or be a provider. So I can't sit here and say that it should be equal, yes, on some, because you have to give back in a relationship, but at the same time, I think a man is a provider.
It's never.
Let me say this. Let me say this to you. Let me change that word. Let me change that word equal. I'm gonna give you a better word. You have your value. But equal ain't gonna happen.
Well, when I say equal,
we're different.
You have your value.
I'm talking about equal. I was thinking in the context of going out to dinner. Sometimes you should, of course, pay for dinner.
But that's logistics. That's not even the big picture.
There's no such thing as different and equal.
I don't believe in that. I do believe in that. But I'm gonna say
you
this.
Believe in what?
I do believe in equal but different. Okay, but I will say this, that okay, in a lot of majority of the situations, like, the man sometimes is making more money than the woman. I'm not talking about if I don't have it. If I don't have it and you're making more money than me, that's one thing.
Doesn't matter.
To
me. It doesn't matter to me if you don't have it.
I understand.
To a real dude.
I'm talking about for me, sweetie. Right. I'm talking about for me.
And that's what you've been talking about. That is the problem, Carlotta.
You got your opinion and I got mine, so I'm just trying to talk to you.
But the world, do you think the world...
Can I finish? No, I don't.
Wait a minute. Do you think the world understands women's needs more than a man's needs?
No, but I do. I think it's unfair. I do. But I'm just saying this. When I don't have it...
Wait. Do you... No. There was a question posed. What was your answer to the question?
He said, does the society or the world around us understand women's needs more than men's? I'm listening to you. And yes, I do.
Okay.
You do. I actually listen. I know you don't, but I do. No, I'm just joking, but I'm serious. You don't listen to something, but I'm joking. No, but I'm saying that if I don't have it, that's one thing. And sometimes when I don't have it, pick me up, help me out. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have it, hopefully I can help you out too. You know what I mean?
See, but you gotta understand, it's not picking you up and helping you out for us.
It's what we do.
It trickles down from me. That's what I'm supposed to do.
You are a provider. I do believe that.
And we want to do it.
Yes,
but I'm not asking.
That's part of being a man.
I'm King Patrice, Carlotta. You're Queen Carlotta.
Sweetheart, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I still would like to offer. I'm still going to offer. Great, you want to do it.
Very nice.
And here's what I said to you earlier. Here's what I said to you earlier that you didn't listen to. It's not that hot. You're just getting hot.
You're sweating.
Well, I'm overweight, baby. What's your excuse? Yeah, it's getting hot in there, ain't it?
No, it's hot in here.
I want to say something to when you said how do women end up with bums. I think that women who end up with bums, they still think those bums are better than them. Like if you got a woman and she has degrees
in the beginning,
and she thinks he's better because even though he doesn't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of, he doesn't care. So she admires the fact his free spirit, the fact that he don't give a fuck. That he really doesn't care. He has nothing going on, and he don't care. Whereas you might have,
coming to
you have your degrees and this, that, and the other, and you're still worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. And that is something to be jealous of. It's something to admire in a man. And so I think it still supersedes that.
All right, James in Tennessee, what's up, man?
What's going on, Patrice? Man, I love you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, my problem is, man, my wife and I have switched roles. I mean, she's a nagger. I mean, she nags me to the point where I just give up and she'll win every argument.
Never give up.
And I just go around feeling defeated all the time, and she's making all the decisions. And
have you ever played sports?
Oh, yeah, I've wrestled in football.
Wrestled in football. Beautiful. Wrestling. Contact, right?
Yes, sir.
What was your mentality when you went out to wrestle a dude?
Did you ever play and give up?
What was your mentality when you went out to have a wrestling match?
Oh, you just want to dominate your opponent.
Well, what's the fucking difference here? See, women confuse us with this thing where they make us feel like what we are ain't shit. We're competitive. You got to go. Women only have, look, Carlotta's a rough customer, but I got 45 more levels than her. Because I'm not going to win.
So he thinks.
And women, they competitive too, but eventually what they do is they want to be second. This is your fault, nigga. Your wife is controlling you because you innately are letting her. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Let's say she leave you. What are you really going to miss?
Nothing.
That's what I'm talking about,
nigga.
That's
not true. You will miss something.
How long have you been married?
Don't let him soup you up and let you.
You
do
hear
something.
this? That's your wife talking.
No, but
do you understand?
He can get you to make a mad decision. Like he doesn't know your wife.
Listen
She's
to
a
her.
person.
This sounds like your wife, doesn't it?
She's not a vagina walking around.
This sounds like your wife, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
There's things about her that you love.
This sounds like your wife, doesn't it?
She gets away with stuff and says stuff to me that ought to beat a man's ass for. You know what I mean?
And that's what another fucking. Thank you for saying that, James. That's another thing you don't respect, and that's where a lot of the resentment comes. I'm a man. I can throw you through a window, and I don't.
But how do you? But there's some women who can beat some men.
There are laws.
Ready? Hold on. Ready? Time out. Let me say this. There are some women that can beat me. I bet you can beat me in a race. I bet you could. But you couldn't beat a guy who runs in a race. You understand? The best man is the best.
Not true, sweetie.
There is no best woman as the best.
That's not true.
Oh.
That's not
Name
true.
a woman who's the best.
Because of that.
Name a man.
Because that sport.
Michael Jordan.
Oprah Winfrey.
No.
Ready? Oprah Winfrey? Warren Buffett? Bill Gates? Is better than Oprah.
I don't know.
$40 billion better than Oprah.
I'm not talking about money.
The best. Well, what was you talking about?
Because
she's gonna change.
And there you go. You keep stuttering, Carlotta.
The
best man is the best.
I can't talk because you know what I mean. If you want to hear,
go ahead.
This is the thing.
So
go ahead, James. Hold on. Go ahead, James.
What's the process in turning this around? I mean, when we first got together, she would volunteer to suck my dick, and now
All right, ready?
All right, let's hear a man's opinion and a women's opinion.
Hey, James. Let me tell you what happened. James, you listening? Do you hear her over here? This is what I'm saying. I conquer Carlotta's every day. I'm King Carlotta conqueror.
He has never conquered me. He wishes that he could conquer
Carlotta
me,
is on a slab, and she don't know it. She already got an apple in her mouth. I'm gonna get her. But that's how I feel, James. What you did, dude, is you fell into that thing that men fall into where we think we have to be socially you know, hey, we can't think like this anymore. I have to, hey, man, she's my wife. She's my everything. She's my partner. Let me tell you what you do. Except for hit her. Don't hit her. But what you do is you search your gut. You search honesty. When she's talking to you and you feel something, you act on it. Not physicality, but if she's talking too much and you're like, holy shit, why don't this bitch shut the fuck up? Tell her to shut the fuck up, James. Try it. Try, look. I don't like my fucking eggs like this. See, here's the thing again. This is my point I want to make. Fucking women, women, they don't sell what we trying to buy. A woman is always trying to sell her betterment. Her betterment means nothing to me in terms of what I want as a man.
That's a shame.
That's not the point I'm making.
What do you want, eggs?
Shut up. Now listen. But do you see how the relationship
there's a level of comfortability or
may I just say this?
Hold on.
Patrice finish and then
I'm gonna finish up. Hold on, let me finish up. The problem is your wife is giving you things like women will go, I'm a good girl, right? I'm a good person. I'm a good woman. And she'll start naming things that are good to her.
That she's supposed to do.
She's like, I cook, I do that. It's like, I don't give a fuck. You gotta know what I'm buying with my fucking
Apparently
spirit.
You're buying those eggs.
With my spirit.
So what are you buying?
You gotta, James, you gotta tell, you hear how they just won't shut up? That's the first thing you do, is you get them to want to listen to you. Now, you see Katherine stop talking a little bit because she started listening. Carlotta is still talking because her sickness is worse.
Slowly coming out.
But she'll never defeat me. Because Carlotta,
I'm trying to defeat you.
You are trying to defeat me. And that's another James. Listen to Carlotta. See, that's what women do. They can be aggressive. But then when it comes down to it, they can go, they can do this. No,
victim.
Not me.
Victim.
But yes, her. Yep. They're the enemy, James. They're the enemy. Don't you ever forget.
No, wait, please don't cut them off. Can I just
Don't you ever forget, James. It's us against them.
Can I just say something, Patrice?
Yes, go, baby.
You didn't turn him off, did you?
He's listening, though. He's on the radio. Go ahead.
You turned him off. That was really nice. That was not nice. Because I said I want to talk to him.
You want to talk to him? James, call back in. She needs to talk to you.
Okay, can I say this?
Go ahead, baby.
Okay, because I wanted to ask him a question. What she's doing to him, and I'm not saying I've never made this mistake, what she's doing to him, nagging, that's wrong. That's not right. It's not right for anybody to do that to anyone, because people are people, and if you want somebody to do something in the first place, literally and I know this is like bewildering your ears.
No, it's just that you
miss the entire point.
Disclaimer, you set your point up, and then when somebody address your point, then you go, I just want to say one more thing. Get to the point. Say what it is you're going to say, and stop giving a disclaimer and prerequisite in everything that you say.
Just say it, baby.
You're a good person. We all understand you're a good person. You don't have to.
Reggie's nice and frustrated with you. I've never seen this before.
He's so bitter.
No, he's a bitter guy. But that's what you're doing. It's like when you got to stick that out. This is the thing. You have no one has ever, and this is what I like about what's going on with this show. No one has ever told Carlotta to shut her face.
Oh my gosh, she's
your brothers, your mom, but I'm talking in a relationship where a guy who wasn't abusive to you just was like, Carlotta, you fucking talk too much about nothing, because you've never had to deal with that, because your comfort zone in babbling. You have a comfort zone in going, and then
I think that's you.
Up is down and down is up. But I'm not babbling.
I think when you talk, it's not babbling, but when anyone else talks, it's babbling.
No, because you don't understand. When you talk, you're venting. You're not getting to the point. You're just.
I'm not venting. I'm trying to be.
No, you're venting.
Which comes to Drew Boogie.
Let's not jump on.
But still, they haven't let me finish. But still,
I wish James would call back in. Here he is. Here he is. James is back.
Because I talk the way I talk, I'm dragging him on because I'm not a man.
No, you are dragging it on. It has nothing to do with
James,
friendship.
It has nothing to do
with
James.
exactly like them or do what they want.
Listen,
James, is he
it
on?
has nothing to do with you being a woman.
James, you hear this? This is your wife, isn't it?
I'm not. I said
Listen to
her.
her. This is your wife, isn't it? Listen to her. Listen to
I'm
her.
not in your circle.
Listen to this. Listen to
Okay,
this.
so can I say what I
Listen
want to
to
say?
her.
Say it. Stop asking if you can say it and say it. You've been running your fucking mouth since you came in here. Just say it.
So angry. You're so bitter.
James, this is your wife.
You're so bitter.
Hey, James.
Really?
James, this is your wife.
Do you think that
This
works?
way.
This guy
You
is your
really
wife.
think that works?
He's your
Do you
wife.
really think that works?
Reggie's your wife.
James is back.
Now I'm gay.
Now, wait a minute.
That's where we're going. Is that
You're
where you're
not
going?
gay. You're just so upset.
That's my wife.
Stop nagging. Don't nag.
Jesus
darling.
Christ. You really think that works?
This is
You
volatile.
really think that works?
James is getting scared.
Now I know why I don't like it.
Okay. I love you. Don't
You're
nag.
talking a lot of shit and you ain't saying nothing.
But
say
you're
it
talking.
and say it
I'm
and
not talking.
just say your point.
Hold on. Talking. I'm
just
not.
say your point. I've
Hey,
never been
hey,
so
Dante.
frustrated by the fact that
'Cause
you
he keeps-
just keep talking shit and you ain't saying a goddamn
Okay,
thing.
so why don't you be quiet?
Jesus
We're just
Christ.
angry because the girl that
James
you
is
know
back.
who
God,
likes
you're still
me
babbling.
won't give you any vagina.
James
I don't
is
fuck you. You're too
James-
fucking skinny for me to
Go
fuck
ahead.
you.
James is back.
Jesus.
James,
You're not even my type. You're not even my type.
I mean, what are you talking about?
I've never seen this. We're taking a break.
talking about?
James,
He's
stay on the
angry.
phone. James is scared because this reminds him of his relationship. James is back. James is back. James, she wanted to talk to you. James is back, dude.
I'm sorry about that outburst. He's very angry.
Go ahead. Let her.
So,
But here's what's funny. Wait a minute, James. Let me tell you what's.
I'm
I can
comfortable
see.
with his anger.
I can
It's okay.
see this. Let me tell you what's going on.
What's going on?
He's not mad for what she's doing. Her thing that she thinks she's winning at. He's mad that she thinks that's getting him. That's a man's
I'm not
anger.
trying to get him. That's what you think.
You are Carlotta. You are trying to get. You're catty because you're a model. Y'all do that to each other. Yes, that's what you do. You go. Okay, Joyce. You're gonna go in those shoes. Didn't do it. I know that. You're catty, baby. I'm King Kong on this shit.
A person can't just be like a generally nice person.
James. There's James.
There's James.
James, can I ask you a question?
Sure, go
Jesus
ahead.
Christ, you're still asking for permission.
And that's passive aggression, by the way.
It is in some ways.
It is in
it is
all
in
ways.
some ways.
Just go.
Jesus Christ.
James is here. Go ahead, baby. James.
I was just on the radio.
Focus, gorgeous. James.
James, when you're arguing with her or when she's nagging you, how have you tried to like shut that down, or like do you just scream and yell, or like what happens?
No, by this point, I just bark it out and let her have her way just to get her to shut up.
Right. Well, why don't you just leave the room or walk away from her so that you're not...
I'll answer the question. Because the bitch follows him. You know what? Listen, enough of Carlotta.
May I ask
James.
you a question?
No more question for James.
Just one more question.
Tell her to shut the fuck up.
I just want to ask him one question. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm just...
Good question. He's
I'm
afraid.
not afraid of her.
That's the same question. Thank you, sweetie. That's the same question I asked you. Is listen, if she left you, what would you really miss?
Well,
and here's wait, James. And here's the thing about
know what that is.
Your fear. Here's what you have to conquer. You have to be willing to lose to play a game. To play a game, you got to be willing to know that there's a loss, and you got to be willing to lose. And you got to be willing to lose the horseshit marriage you're in because she runs the show. Like, women, now look at this. Any woman who runs the relationship is miserable because she's not nice and he's miserable. When I'm running it, it's better because Monday, I'm consistent. Y'all bleed every month. You have hormonal changes. On Monday, I'm a great guy. On Wednesday, I don't talk you. Look, I don't pay y'all no attention.
Men have moods for real, and I know some real emotions.
Our moods are you don't respect.
That's just
you don't respect the bicep. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all don't respect the bicep.
Yeah.
God damn it, James! Don't let this woman shit get to you, man. You gotta. Don't go 0 to 60.
It's woman crap.
Just listen, try not, because another thing they got is, did you hear the confrontation between Dante and Carlotta?
Oh,
women, there was no confrontation.
Women, wait,
you
don't
just
say
being passive aggressive.
Please, Dante, chill.
All right.
Carlotta, women cannot function on their own emotion as their feed source. So when we're emotional with them, they need that. They don't care whether it's positive or negative attention. It feeds them. So to you, it's attention.
No.
All you got to do is sternly marginalize her horse shit. Means nothing to me. Keep talking, baby. What can you really do but walk out that door? And if you ain't willing to do that, shut the fuck up. Try that. That's right, James. Try that shit.
Buddy.
Try that. We're taking a break, and when we come back, we're gonna do more calls, and we're gonna get to this report. Drew's
that boy was lying.
Mid-level report here.
That's right.
He knows.
Drew Boogie's coming back with his mid-game report. I don't want to call it the same thing of red eye and shit.
Patrice O'Neal.